Hello everyone, this is Autoboticon97 back with another video review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers movie masterpiece MPM-11 Ratchet, our first masterpiece figure to be taking a look at in this year now. Now before we take a look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories real quickly and how they are shown to implement in their vehicle mode itself. So starting off first with accessories, here we have the Ratchet's super awesome, super alien looking EMP blaster. The sculpt and the detailing here is absolutely phenomenal. And if you can see here, there's a little lime green color right there, where it is lined up to blast Decepticons into oblivion. And there's a little peg hole right there for storage underneath the vehicle mode itself. To store it underneath the vehicle mode, this is actually should be stored on the spare tire itself. I know it's really the worst weapon storage here, but not bad weapon. Not good, but not bad. Not bad nonetheless. Now the other accessory we're going to take a look at is this buzzsaw, which he used to slice off Brawl's arm for the first movie. And this is really nice, and this handle is unpainted here, so I give it a pass. But I love the way how they managed to replicate this weapon as accurately as possible. I mean, just really great, and they make this double layered, so the bigger one spins and the smaller one spins as well. Now, in terms of the storage of this in vehicle mode, it's basically on the back bumper itself. As you can see, there's a little clip right there where you can store it. I think it's kind of detecting like some kind of spare wheel of some time, but no, it's definitely not the worst. Definitely not the worst, just like the EMP blaster. And the smallest of which, and the other accessory that we're going to take a look at, are the smallest of which are basically the missile pods, and they're really minutely detailed as I speak, and they're really great. And actually, he used these missile pods to fight against Starscream. Now, in terms of the storage underneath the vehicle mode, as they're smallest, they do really hide the best. Now, as you can see, on the inside of the wheels, the front wheels here, you got the tabs right there, and this is where slots are gonna peg into. So do that here a little bit. Have to do this on the other side first. I know it's a little bit difficult, but trust me, they do store really nicely inside. And the wheels are a really nice place to store the missile pods. And here are all Ratchet's accessories stored, and not looking too bad whatsoever. Taking a look at the Ratchet's vehicle mode here. Now, this is a terrific figure itself, and Hasbro and Takara Tomy have really done an excellent job replicating how Ratchet looked in the first 2007 movie. I know his design was changed during Dark of the Wood and Age of Extinction, but the ambulance was basically the same, and the name of the vehicle is the Rescue Hummer X2 vehicle. As you can see here, you got the floodlights right there, nice blue plastic, and even the windshield here is blue plastic itself. Bear in mind, you can see some robot junk inside there, and blue translucent plastic here on the headlights right there. And overall, this is really painted nicely. And even as you can see, they sculpted a different equipments for search and rescue firefighter that would have. And obviously you can see, saw the spare tire, and obviously you can see here is also, it has the caution stripe right there, and also that's a caution stripe on the side. And you can see it there, and you can see the search and rescue Autobot symbol insignia in space on it, and it's on the base on side of the bumper. And I really like the fact that this is painted here, and another problem that I saw here is basically yellow mismatch here. As you can see, this section here, basically the engine basically the engine would be, it's basically the plastic yellow, and what are gonna be the front wheel fenders are painted, because this is translucent blue plastic, but painted yellow. It's very much like the case with the Earthrise Sunstreaker, where he had black plastic but painted over yellow. And this is the same case here. But I believe they really tried their best to color match with the rest of the figure itself. Now, in terms of a size comparison here we have it next to Jazz. And as you can see, Jazz is a very, very small vehicle as compared to Ratchet. Unfortunately, I only have Jazz in vehicle mode, not other Masterpiece figures that I have in vehicle mode right now to compare this guy with. But overall, he looks really, really great together, along with Jazz and with the rest of the Autobots. So, now let's move on to the transformation. Now for the transformation of this guy, I know for the first time it's going to be really, really frustrating here. But once you get the hang of it, it's really satisfying. And this is one of the most complex figure to transform. In fact, he has 61 steps to transform from robot to vehicle mode. Now starting off, what you want to do here, want to take this stripe section here, open this up like so, to the same, and rotate this up, and this peg on translucent plastic peg will peg onto this one here, and do the same thing on the other side. And I also love the fact, I forgot to mention in vehicle mode, it has the EKG sign on it, which is really nice. Same thing on the other side. Open this up, and then it's really, really tight. Fold this up and peg it in here. Now adjusting the camera here just a little bit. Just a little bit here. Now what you want to do here, want to take the front wheel fenders and unpeg it from the side of the doors here, which will all open on the angle, and rotate them around and unpeg it and bring it here just before the seam line here, because there's going to need some rotation all the way around. And in fact, this hasn't done so. You can fold this piece down. The same thing on the other side. Unpeg it, rotate it around. What I like to do, just rotate these down on the ball joint, so these are going to be facing downwards. This is going to be really, really important. And fold this piece up here, this section here, and fold it along across the light bar itself. And take the doors and rotate them around. And what you want to do here, rotating on the other side, as you can see here, his arms are tapped inside there. What you want to do is you want to unpeg it and rotate them all the way up like this. And the same thing on the other side. And this is how the arms are supposed to come out for robot mode. Now what you want to do here on the back, you want to take this entire bumper section here and unpeg it, which will reveal some hinges here on the knees itself. And we have to move the light bar and the floodlights out of the way itself as well. And as you can see, there is his legs clearly defined. Now what you want to do to separate this is like this, and there are some tabs here so that the knees will actually peg into. We'll just rotate them around. We're trying the really nice clicky joints, and then they will peg in a place like this. That's a little bit complicated mess here, but trust me, we'll get there. Now what you want to do here, now take the feet and ratchet all the way up, and these pieces here with the EKG symbol right there, they're on the slider, a little bit of a slider here. So I'm going to slide this inside of the leg and fold this piece up, this black section right there. Everybody tends to forget this, and even Prime versus Prime already forget this. And fold this down, and what you want to do then, rotate this and cover up the Search and Rescue Fire Department writing, which is on the side. And that completes one leg done. And also take this piece, rotate this around, and fold it up and cover up the wheel to make a much more movie accurate look. And the same thing on the other side, like so. Take this panel, which is already slided right there, and fold this black piece down, which is really tight, and fold this back up, and then separate the legs and flip out the heel spurs. And as you would expect, rotate the waist around and rotate the legs inside from the basically the knee joint. And then here are his very accurate looking legs, pretty much done. Now coming up to the top section here, and this is going to be really important step here. To do this, to get the floodlights out of the way, and hinge this section down, and fold this windshield up. It's really tight, and fold this back just a little bit for the clearance, and fold these pieces down to get them out of the way, like this. It's a really complicated mess right there, but trust me, we'll get there. And what you want to do here, you want to rotate this entire section where the head is, and you have to bring it up. And it's very similar to his. I forgot to mention this. When transforming this guy, this figure actually transforms the similar way the movie character did, which is awesome. I mean, this has the very much accurate transformation, and that's why the Takara and Hasbro are able to achieve this guy and make it much more accurate in robot mode. So like I said, so you need to bring the head up over this section here where the windshield is right now. So what you want to do, similar to the transformation from the film, get the roll cage out of the way just a little bit, and rotate the entire arm assembly around, to the entire torso section around, and that will place the wheels over the top and the arms already down. And then what you want to do here is, obviously there's a little peg right there, and the bottom half of the windshield wipers here, as you can see, are rotated inside of it. Now what you want to do here, take this bumper section and fold this down, and I love the fact that it shows some inside details here right there. And as you can see here, there are some I don't know if you can see it there. There are some slots right there so that the bumper will connect into. You have to do this in a very early, and because you forget this every single time. And there's the bumper fully connected. And then what you want to do here, you want to connect the bumper section here to this section here. But first you want to connect the spine piece first, which is on an angle, and just snap it in right there. It's really tight, and it's almost as equally as tight as to transforming him back at the vehicle mode. Sorry. And then there's there's a slot, like I said, underneath here, and then there's a little tab right there, right below where his crotch is. Just rotate it just a little bit and plug it all the way inside right there, and this is what will help to solidify his torso. Now what you want to do here, get these arm panels out of the way and take these sections here where basically were the sides of the truck, and you want to rotate them, and they will slot inside inside of the spine. They may not be secure as connection, but it will help to solidify some connection of it. Do the same thing on the other side. Especially, some of them are loose. Especially this one is especially loose on mine. After the first couple of times I transformed him. And what you want to do now, turn him over. Then take the arms. What you want to do, just get these sections here out of the way, and rotate them around, and rotate the arm around so that this arm hand section is facing towards you. And what you want to do, then bend the arm down and rotate it like this, and flip out the fingers, and rotate them around so that the fist is in the proper configuration, like this. And I know he has 2 fingers, and trust me, this design for Ratchet is very much accurate to that. And fold the door ever so slightly, and take the shoulder pad up. You can do this for robot mode if you wish, but on the inside of the shoulder armor here, there's a little tab right there, and there's the translucent plastic tab right there, as you can see on the top right here. And this will on the shoulder. It will peg it on the shoulder itself. So if you want to, you can tap that. But for the accuracy purposes, I'll just show you here. It will peg it in on the shoulder itself, and the connection almost solidifies, which will kind of limit the shoulder articulation here for robot mode. But I don't use it all the way like this, and this is which get the angular look. Do the same thing on the other side. Get this section out of the way. Rotate the arm all the way around. Bend the arm down. Fold out the fist, and rotate it at the rotation. Rotate it so that the front at the proper configuration. Like I said, sorry. Fold it down. Fold the door back. Then angle the shoulder pad on the armor up, and position it along the way like this, where you wanted to plug it in. And again, like I said, it really limits the shoulder articulation for robot mode, but for the accuracy purposes, it's done that. Now for the back section here. Not the back section, not the back. I'll take the windshield here, just to position it just a little bit, and I have to tell you, this piece, the windshield section, does pop off way too easily. While transforming it back into vehicle mode, it's really tough. Now what you want to do here, then take the head and rotate this around like this, and it reveals amazing looking head sculpt right there of Ratchet. Then take the wheel sections here, untap them, and rotate them around so that they're going to be on the inside of his neck, behind his neck actually. Sorry. And then you can tuck the windshield section down Now we'll focus on his back. Now take the tire light section here and fold this back, and then take this piece, which will expose kind of like a Lego 5mm clip. And then what you want to do here is take this section here, fold this all the way down, and then we'll tap it in place like this. And then what you want to do, you want to clip this section here on the hinge here of the windshield itself. So it's on the double hinge joint. Just do this a little bit. Work on the double hinge joints, and then we'll clip into place. And then for the back section here, then fold this all the way inside and tuck it underneath. And for the real added bonus, push the spare tire up. Now for the top armor. Now for the top half. Now we got the top half almost pretty much done. And then take the floodlight section and separate this from the light bar. Then take the light bar section and fold this down and get the floodlights out of the way to give some clearance. And what I like to do here is rotate them around like this to give him a much more accurate look. There, and you want the floodlights to be positioned this way. Do the same thing on the other side. And after all that, here we have Ratchet fully transformed in his accurate looking robot mode. Ain't he looking good? So now taking a look at Ratchet here in his robot mode, this is the most perfectly screen accurate version of the character that we can ever get. I mean, this screams the '07 movie design. I mean, the angular arms, the angular legs, I mean, and even the back is completely accurate to the film, even though it sticks out way too much, but I don't mind that so much. And obviously the doors hanging off. And I love the fact this is really, really nice. Now, in terms of the features here, as you can see, every movie masterpiece figure here has an opening mouth, and this guy does as well. And if you can closely see, he definitely has some vocal cords here, where we saw Ratchet talking when he was introduced, along with Ironhide, Jazz, and Optimus in the movie itself. And as you can see, you got the accurate placements of the floodlights right there. You got the headlights here, which do slide up and down, but they don't really work here really properly. And again, the really angular looking shoulder design and the arms are really, really great. And even the inside of are painted somewhere, which is really great to bring up some further details on the arms. And even the leg sections here, again, very angular and very accurate to the design. And I love the fact, and he also in the inside here, I love the fact on the inside, you can see some really nice piston details here on the inside. And these are die-cast metal, and every movie masterpiece figure that we have seen so far, the likes of Ironhide, Bumblebee, Optimus, Jazz, and even this guy, and even Barricade and Starscream, have die-cast on their feet, mostly. Mostly at the time they have die-cast in their feet. And this gives him additional stability here. Now, in terms of the accessory implementation, we're going to take the EMP blaster and implement it on this arm right there, by simply rotating the inside arm, fist inside just like for the transformation, And as you can see, there's a little slot right there, right here, I believe. And this will peg into right there. And it will snap in really nicely. And then really blends in, very accurate to the design. Now we're going to take the missile pods, which are these guys. And as you can see, there are some two slots right there. And it's very asymmetrical, which is really interesting. Then what you want to do is take the missile pods here and plug it on this arm. Again, very to match his movie appearance. And then, like I said, bringing in the most brilliantly painted buzzsaw, and you can remove the missiles if you want, if you wish. But I love the fact that they're really implemented like this. Similar arm to the EMP blaster. This pegs on the same way. And boom, there you have Ratchet with all of his accessories implemented really well. And again, really amazing looking. Now, in terms of his articulation here in robot mode, the head is on the rotation joint here. And also, if you can see, nice neck details right there. And then also, even though you can use this in the robot mode if you wish, he does also have a neck brace movement right there. And again, like I said, for the shoulders here, you can do this for robot mode if you wish. Then what you want to do, then unplug it here, and the kibble gets in the way, but trust me, the arms can rotate full 360, and they have a ratchet joint in and out. You got the bicep swivel, ratcheting bend at the elbow, and previously mentioned wrist swivel here, and the thumb movement. And actually, he has a waist swivel. Finally, even the original Voyager never had the waist articulation at all. It is really nice. Get the arms just a little bit, and the legs can kick forward, all in the ratchet joints, and they can kick back, and they move in and out. Again, because the knee swivel is so tight, so the waist moves along with it. Then rotation at the knee. Again, bend at the knee and the ratchet joint. And feet, since they are die-cast metal, they also included the ratchet joint inside here. And they do some side-to-side ankle pivot. Now, in terms of the articulation here, he is definitely up on the par with the other Masterpiece figures here. Now, in terms of a size comparison, here he is next to MB-17 Optimus Prime, and as you can see, let me bring the camera up a little bit closer here. As you can see, Ratchet almost reaches up to Optimus's arm, which is accurate. I mean, that's the way the scale is supposed to be. I mean, I really want to display him in robot mode for how good he looks. And even Optimus, even though he's not the official MPM version, but it's still the leader class mold, and still he fits perfectly fine. And I'm really surprised with the scale. I mean, come on. This is Ratchet and Optimus we're talking about, right? So some final thoughts on this guy. I mean, what can I say? This is the most terrific and amazing looking figure. It nails both of the modes, and definitely accurately represents how Ratchet looked. Definitely has some angular designs, and I really like the fact it does so. So if you're a collector of the Masterpiece figures, and if you're a fan of the Bayverse Autobots, I will highly recommend this figure to, and it has a really awesome presence in my collection. So all that being said, if this is the figure that you really want, he's in an Amazon right now, or you can find him anywhere on the store. And until next time, till all are one, my friends.